I am John Merle. I am a site foreman for Genesee Construction. So right now we are prepping the stone for retaining wall that we're building. It starts with the building. What it's going to do is it's going to hold the earth back in the small parking lot that's up there at the top. So mainly my job is a lot of planning, getting materials ready, starting the guys in the morning, let them know what the task is, make sure that they know what they're doing. A lot of times I do a lot of quality control, make sure things are going right. Again, with the planning, I got to make sure everything's here, map things out for the week so that way the guys have work. All right, so I would say 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, we started with our first machine that had machine control on it. And what that does is you have your engineer company build you a model that you input into the excavator or dozer. And what it does is it actually helps the operator via controlling the machine itself, so the operator doesn't have to have necessarily the same skill level that you would without having the GPS control. So what the GPS control can do for you is it can tell you whether or not the grade needs to come up, come down. Basically it makes it a lot easier for someone to step in a machine and get that learning process a lot easier, especially for younger people. Myself, I learned the GPS stuff with no formal training or classes or anything. Brought it out through experience. I've learned it. We now have 5 or 6 different machines with control on it, and it makes everything a lot more productive. So I would say I went to school for 4 years for business management because I wanted to work my way up through leadership and everything like that. But you definitely do not have to have a college degree in order to be a foreman. A lot of times what you just need to have is a quick learning ability, adaptability, be able to work with good people, and be able to take that leadership and have people work underneath you and take responsibility for what's going on on the job site. So when I was younger, my family has been in the construction business for as long as I can remember. When I was younger, I used to play with a lot of toys in the dirt and everything like that. And honestly, it was always my dream to have bigger equipment and use them myself. And now you can look over and you can see large pieces of heavy machinery that we get to run and operate and be around. It's like being in a giant sandbox, but in real life. There's a couple different tiers of foreman and superintendent. So like a foreman 1, level 1 would be somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000. Foreman 2 would be between $60,000 and $70,000, and then a site superintendent, which is the person that watches over different site foremans, is somewhere between $70,000 and $80,000. I'll start with challenges. Some of the biggest challenges is just working with people sometimes. Sometimes people's views don't always get along. Being the foreman, you have to take those opinions, mesh them all together, and make sure people stay on the same page, keep people happy. The other thing for me is since we work in the dirt, we work outside, weather is always a challenge. If it starts raining, sometimes we can't keep working and we can't control the weather. The most positive thing for me for work would probably be just looking at things and seeing the process of things being built. If you look, like that steel was just put up in the last 2 weeks. This whole building in March, this was just a hill. There was nothing here. And I've been able to be here this entire time to see it go from a grass field to now to the building itself. So for one person to be picked over another person, I would say work ethic is the biggest one. And the second one behind that is quick learning. So a lot of the guys that work for us, they've never had either gone for trade schools or anything like that. They come out the job. And as long as you can learn quickly, remember things, and as long as you work hard, that's how you're going to succeed.